right, we winding down. This is winding down with Taibu. I got my skull cap on in solidarity with my family out in Pittsburgh, in Wisconsin, all points north. I know y'all cold out there. Let me jump right into it. This is a complainer's world, is it not? Is not this world all about complainers? This is the complainer's world. I'm doing this one tonight for my Fantastic Four. I got 4 awesome young people to whom I'm their natural father. So I'm going to shoot them this YouTube link tomorrow. And I want them to contemplate what I'm saying. So y'all getting a blessing on this wind down. Now, I try to talk to my young people, my children, the adult age ones and the minor children. And I try to tell them, if you want a better dad, be a better child. You know, how can an unruly, disrespectful, ignorant, wild, disobedient, how can you smart talking, how can a person or a young person like this even appreciate having a good parent? And I'm using words not to describe their character so much as to make sure that my young people know, like, you have to put on the shoe if it fits. If you have a parent that will go to the ends of the earth for you to make sure that you have not just what you need, but that you are introduced to a version of yourself that's on a high level, so that you change the way you think about yourself and see yourself. That's parenting. There's so much going on out here right now that young people, like right from the barrelhead, they all want access to the internet, but they don't realize the complex nature of the internet. They don't realize that the internet, like, if you give a phone to a child that's 8, 9, 10 years old, because they say, I want a phone, you give them an iPhone, say, you don't put any parental blocking on it, that child is in danger. That child's in danger, right? Just think about that. Mom, I want a phone. Here you go. You give an 8, 9, or 10-year-old a cell phone, they're in danger. It's real. So I'm guilty of having children by women I didn't know and didn't consider what kind of mom it would be. So when we separate, these women are exposing, my kids to bullying at extreme levels, homosexuality when there's really no need for it. They're isolating them because they have no other life. Like, to isolate a child, only child from everybody except who she deems fit to be fit, but really it's just her. Until the child emulates her worst thoughts about people, and it's cocooned socially to the point where this child can't socialize at school, routinely just wilds out. Like, I'm talking about I'm talking about these young people, and so I become the target of what they don't have or can't have or aren't doing right. I'm the target. So this Christmas, my kids are getting Dad's Winning Strategies book because they can all read. They're all literate. I want them to think strategically, right? And tonight's lesson about this being a complainer's world is truly groundbreaking I hope you get this. I'm gonna hit you real quick. So the Gamble of Greatness is truly a genius book. And I'm working on my third book for my coaching program to get it out to y'all by the new year. In the Gamble of Greatness, I use the story of Jack and the Beanstalk, something foundational like that, to show just how much is available to people who dare to go in a different direction, who dare to go with their higher thoughts about themselves or what they can possibly achieve. Like me. No one had to tell me that I could do it. But they did. If one person speaks something special over your life, believe that person. Because all good things come from above. All good. I'm telling you right now, it's immutable. All good things come from above. What I'm saying is, if someone shoots something to you, I mean, it could be like they're trying to, get something out of you by being nice. But I'm talking about if someone prophesies over your life, something positive, you believe that person. You believe that prophecy. You go with that. They're speaking to I may be extrapolating here, but I just believe that the word of God, and I'm a Christian, I believe the word of God is always trying to tell you just how magnificent what God put in you is. If you truly believe that there's the slightest portion of God in you, whether it's before you get baptized or not, depending on what your denomination is, if you believe that a portion of God is in you, how could you not believe that you're meant for something awesome? And if you revere God, why would you not revere your temple? If you revere God, why would you not revere and make other people respect and revere what's in you? Did I always live a socially acceptable life? No, I didn't. But to be clear, I wasn't led to lead a socially acceptable life. I was led to lead a life that was eventually going to lead me to jail, prison, or death. Why am I still here 50 years later? But God cannot be seen. So that was a guide that I put myself into wholeheartedly. And it took 30 years. Trust me, it took me 30 years for the way I felt about God and what he was saying about me. It took me 30 years for me to put those two things together because of how tough the first 10, 12 years of my life was. The first 10, 12 years of my life was so terrible. It took me 30 years past that to get to where I am right now today. I don't want that for my kids. Children, I'm gonna literally text you this. I don't want that for you. I'm gonna speak to you directly. I'm talking to the camera. I'm gonna speak to you directly. I don't want that for you. I don't want you to go through 30 years of being hurt and disenfranchised and carrying burdens and all this stuff so that you never really find your true powerful self, so that you're an old person before you wake up and realize, wow, I really was powerful the whole time. Look at that much time I wasted, because you only get one life. So trust your dad. I don't have to tell you your mom's a bad mom. If you're around this parent more than this parent and you're going through what you're going through right now, it's just it's a mutable fact that rubbed off on you. If you were around rich parents that didn't care about spending time with you, you might still act up and be messed up. But then that's neglect on a different level. But if you were born around well-to-do parents, financially stable, and they love on you and care for you and spend time with you and make you trust them, to open up and speak to them and go to them with your problems, that's what I'm talking about. So I don't have to tell you your other parent's a bad parent. Let's look at the track record I had to go to court to make sure you was okay from that parent while going through my own situations. So making me the target of your angst of what you don't think you have and what you should have had, with the effort I put forward towards lining you up with this, with the winning strategy. Not for when you're at my age, right now. Like I keep trying to tell y'all, at 12 and 15 and 21 and 24, y'all think y'all know. At 50, I'm sure of what I'm saying to you. Let's dig into the lesson. It's the complainer's world. I want you kids to know that all the complaining you do, especially about me, all the complaining that you do, it's not just wasted energy. You're wasting energy being depressed. You're wasting energy you're healthy, beautiful kids. But you're spending more time, oh, I didn't get this, I didn't get that. You're not doing this, you're doing. That's wasted. It's not just wasted energy. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Let me go, come over here to Win with Taibu on YouTube. Let me go ahead and show you kids. I'm gonna screen share real quick. I'm gonna get to the book. It's when you complain, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm gonna define the term self-fulfilling prophecy just to give y'all this. Google says a self-fulfilling prophecy is a prediction that by being made causes itself to become true. So when you complain and complain and complain and complain and complain, that's your thing. That's your fault, but that's your crutch. That's just your excuse. Complain. It happens when someone's expectations, whether positive or negative, influence their behavior in a way that makes those expectations likely to be fulfilled. If you get caught up in complaining, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't have nothing to complain about. My perspective, I celebrate the mornings. Come on. I tell myself, celebrate the morning. At 50, I don't know when I'm going to go. God gave me 50 years. I lost this person, that person, this person, that person, young. There's people that didn't make it to see 25, 30, 35. At 50, I've decided to celebrate my mornings. And I hope you do too. But if you're going to complain, I want you to know that it might not be just that you're complaining. You may be speaking a word on yourself that by being spoken is going to come true. No one's here to help me. No one's here to look out for me. You're not doing enough for me. When you find yourself alone without resources, you already spoke it over yourself. And I mean, I can't say any better than that. I just can't say any better than that. I'm going to stop sharing that screen. Let me go to the book. Get the book, The Gamble of Greatness, and Coach Taibu Strategies. Get the book. Let me go to the chapter that best fits all of you complainers out there. Chapter 6 in the book says, overcoming your inner saboteur. Overcoming the part of you that aspires to self-sabotage. Now, the chapter starts off with the heading, Beliefs That Hold You Back. And it says, identifying and breaking down internal narratives that prevent you from taking bold steps is urgent. What's urgent? Identifying what happens internally, what you tell yourself internally to prevent you from taking bold steps. That's what's urgent. What I'm saying to you is tonight, young people, is that it's paramount It has to happen. You have to examine what you're doing and saying to yourself that's keeping you from taking the necessary steps to get yourself together. I'm not supposed to be winding down, but let me go in a little bit. We're going to wind down in a second to this cool music, but let me go in a little bit. It's urgent that you examine what you're saying to yourself internally, because it's sprouting into your life. If you find yourself without enough money, if you find yourself lonely, if you can't find the person that you want to be with, if you, whatever the case may be, if you don't have enough love from your family, whatever it is that you desire to do and to have, you have to take a different approach. You can't just say, I wish they would be different, or I wish they would act different. Pointing the finger is not productive, because you can't control anybody's action but your own. What Taibu Mu'addib has done, he's become the kind of person that people want to come to. I've become someone that people draw to. And it wasn't overnight. It wasn't easy. I had to do the certification through the PCS to become a goal achievement coach. I had to, learn how to overcome objections to become a great salesman, the ultimate salesman on TikTok. I'm going to break it down for you in this book, but this book is saying it is urgent. I can help you. I have the total body blueprint. I have the drive 30, whatever goal you want to achieve, I can help you because of the EFC philosophy. But the first thing we're going to do is talk about what you're telling yourself. Because until you tell yourself that you are great and you can be great, it won't manifest itself in your life. So I have notes here. Let's go to it. Okay, 24. Let me break this down. Okay. Time is ticking. And if you continue to let your past failures dictate your future, you're missing out on the breakthrough you've been longing for. I'm putting so much in every sentence. This is a genius document. I'm going to send you kids the first book. You got to use the allowance and your petty money to get the second book. But the first book is important because it's going to help you line your mind up on strategic thinking and why it's necessary. The second book, that's for all of you that really, really want to make a change today. But you got to get on your own. I said, time is ticking. And if you continue to let your past failures dictate your future, you're missing out on the breakthroughs you've been longing for. I can't stress this enough. If you pay too much attention to what you couldn't do or didn't accomplish in the past, you are actively eliminating any real opportunity for personal transformation. Your past is exactly that, past. And if you carry it around like a weight on your shoulders, you'll never be able to take the bold steps required to reach your full potential. Now, let me say this. If you continue down this path, you're essentially ensuring that you remain stuck in a loop, forever unable to break free. Now, what is that? I talked about it the last time I did the wind down. That loop that you're stuck in is none other than the prison of poor decision making. The prison of poor decision making. I just broke it down. So I want you to see how successful I am based on the sound philosophies that I coach from. Everybody that even sees this video tomorrow, just because of that one paragraph and me pulling that whiteboard out, you should join my coaching program and win. Back to the book. Listen, young people, I got you. If you can't see a different future, you'll never create one. Come on, somebody. Ooh, I put this book together. Y'all better, this book should fly off the Amazon shelves tomorrow. This should be the number one Christmas present. If somebody you know playing game with their life and always complaining, get this book for them and then fall back. Now, let me tell you something that I absolutely love because it perfectly illustrates this point. The story of Jack and the Beanstalk is a classic, sure, but the deeper lesson is incredibly powerful. Jack's story is a shining example of the kind of mindset you need in order to break through. His belief system wasn't locked in his pitiful, poverty-stricken past. When Jack was presented with an opportunity for something magical, something life-changing, he didn't hesitate or let his past hold him back. He didn't say, I can't give up the only livelihood my family has left for a maybe. I can't afford those beans today. So I guess it must not be meant for me to live a magical life. This is where you and Jack differ. It's crucial that you see the distinction clearly. The difference between Jack and many of you is he didn't allow the weight of his circumstances to dictate his future. Can I be more clear? I can't be more clear. Children, the longer you live, the more mistakes you'll make. And some of them will be crushing mistakes. It'll be hard for you to kind of, in your mind, look yourself in the mirror like, I can't believe I did that. But if you allow yourself to stay stuck in that mistake, shortcoming, no matter, even if it was willful, it's a mistake. You know, if you cause hurt to somebody else knowing you don't want to be hurt, it was a mistake. So here's the thing. You have to understand that you're not moving on from it like it didn't happen. If God gives you another day, it's a chance to atone for it. And it might not even be to that person. You can be a blessing to somebody else. And God, with God, it's okay. But deciding to make up for it in your heart is already putting you in a different place. So I'm making up to each of you for not using a winning strategy when I started having kids. I'm making it up to you by being so awesome and producing so much that you understand it's within you to do the same and probably even more. Page 25. So you see, Jack didn't waste time pondering what the beanstalk meant or whether he should wait for approval. He didn't ask his mother for permission, nor did he run to the mysterious man who had given him the beans. Jack simply acted. He climbed that beanstalk without hesitation, leaving behind the life he knew, moving upwards toward a life filled with possibility. That moment in the story wasn't just about climbing a beanstalk. No, 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 no. It was Jack's first step into true adulthood. When a child stops asking their parents for permission to live their life, they've made a profound shift. They've embraced self-sufficiency and ownership of their destiny. It's a shift in mindset, a decision to take what? Responsibility for their actions. And it's the same for us as adults when it comes to risk-taking. What that's basically saying, young people, is this. If I say do something and you do something different, take responsibility for that. Take responsibility for being disobedient, whether it works out or not. But clearly, I'm talking to you tonight because it hasn't. If doing it your own way had it worked out, you'd been like, see, Dad, I told you. But we still be kicking it. I'd be like, okay, you grown now. But you're still in need. I can't say any better. You're still in need. So let's get that thing together. But this point right here is Take responsibility. Don't blame dad. Definitely don't blame mom. Make your own decision and live with it, or follow and being obedient and be blessed by it. Keep telling you that. You don't want to listen to that. Page 26, where we at? All right. The third paragraph. All right. This shift happens naturally for all of us mentally, but for many, it doesn't happen until much later in life. Often after feeling stuck or holding ourselves back due to fear or uncertainty. And that's where you find yourself today. What you're doing right now isn't working. You're stuck in a cycle, paralyzed by the fear of taking risks, constantly second guessing yourself and waiting for the perfect moment to act. But here's the thing, you can change that. Like Jack, you have the opportunity to climb upward, away from your limitations of your current situation and into a future filled with new opportunities. Yeah, I think I've done that. I think once I became conscious, I think I set myself on a subconscious path mentally to get away from everything that was holding me back and holding me down. Y'all might feel like I'm bogus for telling my kids I'm gonna get away from them, but look, you're not gonna make me live down something I did that pissed you off 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Like, we can't have a relationship. Like, okay. But think, if everybody that you dealt with cut you off the same way because of a mistake that you made, no matter how extreme or not extreme, because it's always extreme with me. You know what I'm saying? What you did was super extreme. Come on, man. If you made it past it, you good. Trust me, I know. I've been through a stream. You ain't been through a stream. I've been through a stream. My point is, listen up, y'all. This is real. I'm not going to tarry amongst people that only talk to me about the bad I've done. I'm not going to do it. Whether you're my parent, my kid, my brother, my sister, my cousin, I'm not going to tarry around you because you're not perfect. You're not perfect either. You're not perfect. So this book right here is telling you and telling me and telling everybody that when you fall short, that's a part of life. It should make you stronger, make you wiser, but it should definitely make you not want to do it again. So you should become a better person. If you're not becoming a better person and being more productive, you learn nothing from your mistake and your failures. And that's the tragedy. That's what this book is saying. At least learn from it that you should accept responsibility for it. And then go get you a winning strategy. And if not from your dad, go get it from somewhere. But what you're doing right now isn't working. It's not. Getting deep is getting deep in here. Third paragraph. All right. Come away from your limitations. All right. I'm going to bring it all home. Third paragraph of 27. Conquering self-doubt is not merely a hurdle. It's the first and most significant battle on the road to achieving greatness. Say it. Say the word greatness. Can you feel the weight of it? The power it holds? But here's one thing. Greatness is not something to be scoffed at. It's not to be mentioned flippantly or out of spite. It's a word that demands reverence. True greatness can never be obtained through contempt or malice. It's something that you earn through respect. And respect is never freely given. It must be cultivated, nurtured, and most importantly, earned. You kids are entitled. You're ungrateful. What would your lives have been like without dad in it? How did dad get in your lives? Just think about that. Why did dad get in your lives? Let's tell the real story. At the end of the day, I've earned the right for you to call me dad, for you to respect me at all times. And that trust, and to trust me that I can supply you with winning strategies. And if you do what I say, you'll be just as blessed as you see me being. I want that for you guys. Now, you can have it now. My dad didn't offer me this. His dad didn't offer me. Your dad's offering this for you to be blessed and build and be productive in your youth. It'd be great because you get to enjoy that blessing way longer than I'm enjoying mine. My days is numbered. So you can build a greater legacy. You can help way more people with your greatness. I'm going to touch millions. It was written. I don't have to be a rap star or a track star. This is my power. Power of reason. Power to motivate. I say, kids, take that gamble. Doing it your way didn't work. Hey, gamble. Let me do what dad said a little bit. Let me fall underneath his tutelage. Dad been killing it. You know, he's been killing it. People don't go to jail at the age of 12, still in prison at 40, and come out and go cold turkey. It doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. When CNN find out about my life, it's gonna be over with. Because when you put it all on the line, that's when you earn the right to do and say certain things. And I have. And I've done it without complaining. Sticking up for yourself and speaking out for yourself is different than being a complainer. Do you wake up in the morning with a complaining heart, a complaining spirit? If so, I want you to text the word WIN, WIN, to the hospitality hotline, 682-514-5955. Just text the word WIN. If you know that you've been complaining this whole year, 2025, complain, oh, he, oh, she, oh, they. If you have a complaining spirit, you self-fulfilled that prophecy onto your life. That's why you're closing out 2025 at the same rate or worse than you started it. On Wisconsin. Yeah, Big Ten, yeah. They freezing up there right now. So this wind down was special. I did it for my young people, for my kids, just so that they know. Self-sabotage is simply being a complainer, complaining over much. You speaking that stuff on yourself. As soon as you open your mouth to complain, you forget you're healthy, you got 2 arms, 2 legs, a right mind. As soon as you complain, you bringing all that on yourself. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm going to look at it again. I ain't going to screenshot. I'm going to look at it. A self-fulfilling prophecy is a prediction that, by being made, causes itself to become true. So when you complain, aren't you predicting something? Nobody likes me. That's a complaint. If nobody likes you, you brought it on yourself. I'm tired of not making enough money. You're going to be more tired and have less money. When you complain, that energy is necessary for the workout. For the elevation mentally. You need that. All right. Y'all might be getting a little bit of this. So, in closing, I want to make it abundantly clear. I'm stepping out into my permission slip tour. I'm granting all of you permission to start gambling with your greatness. Gamble that greatness. Get it out there. If it's rejected, they have to respect it. Right? Gamble your greatness. There's greatness inside of you, and y'all kids, we're Mu'addib. You know there's greatness inside of you. Stop living outside the box. Right? Stop living outside the box. Conform. Be structured. Embody discipline. Earn the right to do and say as you've seen and heard. It's Taibu Mu'addib. When you overcome today's obstacles, tomorrow always feel like paradise. Celebrate the morning. I appreciate y'all. Wake up with a joyful, joyous heart. Get your workout in. Head to your place of business, whether it's your own business or somebody else's. Get out there, man, and win. I want that for all of you. Remember, you can reach me by texting the word win to my hospitality hotline, 682-514-5955. You can text me or you can inbox me the word win. It doesn't matter. I want to be your coach. I want to make sure that I get through to you that you can definitely be all that you want to be. You're willing to gamble your greatness. Gamble it. Put it out there. Put it out there. Go with it. Each of you have had a great thought inside your mind. Each of you have thought, man, I could be this. Go with it. Take a gamble. Just get out there and do it. I would not be where I'm at today. I command thousands of followers. I command the respect of the community I work in. I command the respect of the people I work around. I command the respect of my clients and my customers because I gambled my greatness. And when a couple people saw it, their response to me, it meant everything. It meant everything. So I changed. And I continue to change. What you see is a person that's committed to change. I talked to I'm gonna say this to y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here. I talked to somebody and I told him, I said, you know what? I appreciate you being there for me to talk to because I listen to you. And it may not seem like I listen to you, but I do. And not do I just listen to you. I have to really consider doing whatever you say. I might act like I don't want to, but I have to consider if I don't do what you say I should do or think how you think in that situation, I'm in danger of cycling back to old behaviors that held me back. Who's your lifeline? Who's the person that you can count on to give you good counsel, wise counsel, good advice? If you don't have that kind of person, you definitely need to be on my coaching program. If you want my free resource, my #1 publication, the EFC Workbook, it's a free resource, but it's foundational and it gets you moving. Inbox the word win. I'll reach out to you. DM me the word win. Text me the word win to 682-514-5955. Now, Dallas, Fort Worth, right here from Arlington, Texas, I want you all to know that when you what? Overcome today's obstacles, tomorrow definitely will feel like paradise. It's Taibu Mu'addib. You know what it is. You know where I'm at. Inbox me if you want assistance. I'm going to take care of you all the time. Till next time, y'all. You already know what it is. Let's go get it. Again with that greatness.